Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. It's another week in Mexico, and today we can unlock a big boy. This is the BMW M5 CS from 2022. It's quite large. Before we jump into that, Forzathon shop. It's the Christmas week, so you can get the Santa outfit. What is in the backstage pass for this week? Let's take a look. Ooh. Anyways, moving on. Let's go unlock the BMW M5 large. 1,000 feet, please. 1,000 feet, please. I think that's good. Just like that. It took a little bit longer than usual, 17 minutes for the unlock, but the BMW M5 CS is officially ours. This is a wild car with unbelievable performance, except it's way too overpriced and super expensive, and it's completely not worth it. I like it. The backfire bone stock is sick. This wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the BMW M5 CS and what a colossal waste of money this car is. I love this car. I think it's incredible and it's amazing, and I love the fact that it exists. BMW obviously makes the regular BMW 5 Series, and if you want more horsepower than that, you go out and buy a regular BMW M5. If you want to get one of those, it'll run you about $110,000. You get 600 horsepower for that. Incredible car. One of the best cars on sale today. If you're like, a BMW M5 is cool, but I'd like a bit more, you can go out and get an M5 Competition, which has 617 horsepower. That costs like 130, 140 grand-ish. You get a little bit more horsepower, you get a little bit nicer stuff. If you're one of the lunatics out there who says the BMW M5 Comp is not good enough, you can go in and get an M5 CS and waste all of your money. One of these will run you $180,000 and will give you 700 horsepower. No, that was a lie. You actually don't get 700 horsepower. You get 625. You get 8 horsepower over the BMW M5 Competition for 50 grand more. Now, I get it. It also has some other things like a fancy hood and some fancy yellow headlights, and it weighs like 200 kilograms less. But this always brings me back to my biggest question. Would you prefer a BMW M5 CS with all of its horsepower for $180,000? Or would you buy a BMW M5, 600 horsepower, 110 grand, and have $60,000 to spend on literally any... You know what? You could go out and buy a BMW M5 as your daily, and then go buy a GR86 and then spend 30K on upgrades to turn it into the best, like, little track car you could. Basically, what I'm saying is if you buy a BMW M5 CS, you have more money than you know what to do with. And as much as I will make fun of your poor financial decisions, I appreciate the fact that you wasted your money on this car for everybody else's enjoyment, because when I see one of these, it makes me happy. Not that somebody wasted money on it, just the fact that it looks really cool and it sounds insane and it looks incredible. But I do laugh at the owner every single time because they wasted all of their money on it. Chat, why is there a urine tray in the middle? What's that? We do have a bunch of engine swaps. Okay. 4-liter V8, 414 horsepower. 6.2-liter V8, 5-liter V10. Very nice. 5.2-liter V10. That's illegal. That's from an Audi. And then we have a 2JZ because the developers think, haha, very funny, the Supra's a BMW Z4. I mean, fair play on the comedy. In fear of being cancelled by the BMW Owners Club even more than I already am, for now, I will leave the stock engine in. We're also all-wheel drive bone stock. What if I do make it rear-wheel drive? Because that's going to save about 100 pounds. Then, if I come to my tires, I should be able to downgrade those into A-class. I think drift tires might be the play, because rally tires will be too fast. That's the play. Anyways, before we do any more tire stuff, this car actually has cool customization. So it doesn't have any cool customization for the front bumper, but it should, yes. AC Schnitzer parts, rear wing. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of that. It's kind of like Forza Aero in that it doesn't fit. Oh, the AC rear bumper, though, on the other hand, looks incredible. Carbon fiber diffuser. The exhaust looks super nice with the carbon fiber like tips on there. We've also got some side skirts from why do I keep saying that? FH5, which barely change anything, but I guess I'll do it because it gives me less drag. The developers have once again copy-pasted Forza Motorsport upgrades into Forza Horizon. Does that mean this car is confirmed for Forza Motorsport at some point in the future? One does not simply customize for the sake of customizing. If you're just throwing bits on your car to throw bits on your car, I think you've missed the point of customizing. Anyways, let me get some nice wheels on there. I think those look good. We've also got some engine spacers on there, which are lovely. I always love it when the developers put some good engine spacers in there. Very nice. Awesome. We've got a couple of PI points left, and we actually got one PI point left. Now, this is where I won't be able to do much. Like, I can get race suspension, but I don't think that's worth it. I can also get rally suspension and drift suspension. Actually, now that I think of it, like the Bentley we got last week, this is going to be an incredible drift car. Wait, chat. Doesn't the BMW M5 hold the world record for the longest continuous drift? Anyways, I have high expectations for the drift car version of this when we get to that. I'm going to give it a little bit extra horsepower with a lightweight intake, and we're ready to go. So we've technically made the car worse while making it better. Yo, we've got advanced painting groups for this thing. Okay, we'll get back to that. Anyways, 2 colors for the BMW M5 CS. Silver, which is boring, and green, which is ugly, but interesting. Paint group number 1 is the main body of the car. Paint group number 2 is... No way! It's all the little trim on it, so you can customize the grille, the side fender thing, nothing on the rear end. I don't think it's doing... No, it's not doing anything to the interior either, unfortunately. Is this like a turquoise, technically? Or like a green... I don't know what color that... Whatever. Put that, and then go to my little trim, and then make this carbon fiber. I think that'll look super cool. Can confirm. Looks really cool. Let's see if we can actually get a victory with the BMW M5 CS. It is rear wheel drive, so it's going to be wheel spin central off the line. But that's fine. Chat, can somebody confirm? Doesn't this car have like selectable all-wheel drive, like inside? And you can choose if you want to be all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It's essentially the same thing as like a pickup truck. Chat says yes, yes it does. So I guess technically this isn't even that like inaccurate. I flicked the switch to rear-wheel drive, and then instead of putting like the nice Pirellis or Michelin tires on or whatever this thing is on bone stock, I put Linglongs on, so I've got a little bit less grip than I did before. So technically, this is just the poor man's spec BMW M5 CS now. I think the like 150 pounds that we saved over the regular version of this, super... The BMW is a certified smoker. Linglongs are good burnout tires. Well, I've proved that now. How does it look on the interior, by the way? Yo, the interior's so nice. I love, like, the rev gauge with it going up. Oh, dear. There is another really nice part about using this car. I was able to make it up to 3rd place, but now because it's such a wheel spinny, slidey boy in the corners, and because it's so naturally dummy thick, nobody can overtake. So it just blocks the entire road. You get up to like the position, and then you just stay there because no one can possibly overtake you because you're too big. Genuine question. How much money do you need to have for a car like this to make sense? Is this car made for a person who doesn't exist? Because here's the thing, right? You and I, the people who like this car, can't afford this car. The people who can afford this car are probably very old. And a very old person doesn't want to drive in a lightweight, harsh BMW. They'd much prefer to buy a Bentley. I think BMW's made a car for a person who doesn't exist. I'm not gonna lie, A-Class was good, but it was definitely a little bit slippery. I'm gonna go from drift tires to off-road race tires. I think I'm onto something. Off-road race tires, all-wheel drive. I've still got the regular engine in. I had really good experience previously when I used the Audi R8 for that challenge that I absolutely destroyed Golden in. I'm gonna put the Audi engine in this. All of the BMW fanboys have just cringed and turned this video off, but I think it is a sacrifice worth making. Give it more power. Nope, not that much power. Give it more power. Nope. Okay. Give it more. Yes. We are the devil. Probably according to the BMW fan club. BMW M5 CS for a bit of off-roading. We've got to be able to do okay here. Right? Here we go. As soon as we get off-road, it's not going to have like the most insane power, but it should be... Why are you all braking before the jump? Uh-oh. Skill issue. You should go and buy an AR-12 winter hat before they all sell out. That is a big skill issue. There's a link to the hats down below, by the way, if you do want to pick one up. There's only a couple left, so make sure you're fast. Anyways, as I was saying, this car should be extremely quick in the corners. Like, I didn't really, all things considered, focus too much on the horsepower. I tried to give it some decent grip with those big off-road tires, the all-wheel drive back on. Anyways, moving on, there's a goat! This is what I mean. Now that we're up to first place, I can use the big booty and just block everybody. No one will overtake me now. Why are the people driving into the forest? What is going on with the AI in this race? The only part I don't like about it is the price tag. And that's why I've got this sour taste in my mouth, because the BMW M5 is just a better buy than this. And it doesn't make sense to buy this car. But I love this car nonetheless. And it's just awesome and it's cool. Look at the bad manners. No one's even close. What a great car. We've done the realistic on-road. We've done the realistic off-road. What if we go a little bit unrealistic and kind of annoy those BMW fanboys a little bit more by calling the Supra Z4 and give it a 2JZ, baby? So 2JZ, all-wheel drive. Oh, dear. Oh, no. The AC Schnitzer rear wing, that's a street rear wing. That is a race rear wing, which means it provides the same amount of downforce as the big Forza era. And it's fully adjustable, so you get, like, all of the smash. I can give it a Forza race rear bumper, which will increase the downforce even more. That's another Forza Motorsport part with that little, like, tow hook on there. Anyways, I'm gonna give it full slick. This is a dumb idea. We're already sub 4,000 pounds. We can get 100 pounds, 400 pounds, and 800 pounds of weight reduction. And then max upgrade this 2JZ. We're gonna be middle of S2 class. We're already middle of S2. And with all of the upgrades, S2 960. Let's just give this thing a go. BMW M5 CS with a 2JZ and fully maxed out in terms of grip, horsepower, and weight. Is it any good? Let's find out. Brake very early because I do not trust this car yet. Yeah, a lot of people going wide onto the grass. I've got racing slicks, so I won't be able to go on the grass and get any skill issue from the AI, punted it straight into the car. The thing I'm most worried about for this car is the catastrophic understeer that it may have. But it feels okay for now. It's not even so much important for me to be good in the corners with this thing. Since we focused on horsepower, like, to no end, 1,300 horsepower is kind of outrageous for a car like this. We're going to be able to get these guys on our highway, so I'm not worried just yet. We've just got to kind of keep up with them for now. Here we go. Reel them in, reel them in, reel them in, reel them in. Show them what the Germans can do on the Autobahn. Lol, JK, that guy is actually pulling away. Slipstream? I'm gaining! Gaining! Holy, the taxi almost killed me. Sir, there's a problem with your car. Once again, another skill issue from the AI today. I do not know what's going on. Full send. That was the world's most generous checkpoint. In other news, unfortunately, we did experience some Forza AI, and the guy finished in P1. I don't think I've won a single race with this car. As much as I might like this car, it's not the fastest thing, huh? I said I wanted to take this thing drifting as well, and I think it will be an amazing drift car. I kind of like the idea of all-wheel drive because it is all-wheel drive, bone stock. And then you know what? I'm gonna give it the BMW V10. Old school M5 with new school M5 technology. And you know what? Let's give it a supercharger just because it's cool. Give it a tad more horsepower. And by tad, I mean I'm gonna fully upgrade this engine. We've only got 900 horsepower. I know it might not be like the most legit drift car ever made because all-wheel drive and blah, 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 blah. Not interested. I just want to have fun with this car and see if we can maybe get a new PB. Okay, this car at night is sick. It's full-on Mafia spec. I mean, if it had a blacked out, like matte black paint job, full-on legit Mafia spec. This thing is cool. Anyways, in we go. We are going to need to absolutely send this. Now, I haven't gone for like the most OP of OP builds because it doesn't have all that much horsepower compared to what it could have, but I think with just like a couple of ambitious sends, we might be able to do okay. The only problem for this is it kind of transitions really slow. So I don't know. 182 on our first attempt. I'm going to take a bigger run up and try again. I'm going to do 200 miles an hour into the drift zone. Snap it in. and then use the speed to get all the way through there. Shift it down to 4th. Okay, if this is not a new PB, then I'm cooked. These are slightly ambitious maneuvers at the moment. I don't know how I've not ended up backwards just yet, but I'll consider that a victory. The BMW M5 CS is an amazing drift car, but it's just, you see the snap from left to right? Look right here. Look right here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It takes like 2 seconds to go left to right. During that time, you lose so much speed and you lose so many points. I'm not gonna lie, in terms of Forza Horizon 5 though, this car is absolutely fantastic. It's got some very cool customization. The engine swaps are lovely. The only part of this car that I don't like is the real life price tag. Other than that, the BMW M5 CS is a true work of art and I love this car.